We're in the lightning round here at the Nico Hotel for the Razz Room, and Jefferson Starship has just played a fantastic, may I just say that again, fantastic set. And David Frieberg is with us tonight, and we're going to go for a lightning round, and we're just going to throw some words at him and
what
see
do
what
I get for a correct answer?
There's no correct answer.
Okay.
They're all correct.
Okay.
These are your answers, okay?
I'm bad at this. Go.
Okay. No, you'll be good. Okay. Bill Graham.
Bill Graham promised that he was going to take care of us all when we got old, and I really feel cheated that he walked up to me and said, "David, you know, I'm going to start a thing for old rock and rollers because I know you guys are going to blow all your money, and you're probably just going to have to keep on playing till you're 70." And I said, "So I'm going to take care of it." So look, and I'm still playing. So what am I going to do?
He's been gone for 20 years.
Yeah, bless his heart. I miss him.
Okay, how about the Summer of Love? What was your impression of Summer of Love?
It was good the previous summer. No, well, yeah, it was good for a couple of weeks. That's about all that I really think it was good for. Then it was, we were just inundated with people that were looking for something that had moved to Marin County. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at Haight-Ashbury was, all of a sudden, as soon as the Gray Line buses were driving up the street because they couldn't drive down the street, they had to make it one way. There was so much traffic, and all we had was tourists, and everybody staring, and made the cover of Time magazine and all this. You know, it was over. And so that's
the hippie was dead.
Well, the Summer of Love really was what, 67?
Right.
So it was okay. It was okay for a while, but Monterey Pop was great. I mean, that was probably the best festival that ever happened. Mm-hmm. You know, really, that was one that was really done right. And everything worked, you know, the audience was great, and everybody was happy, you know, nobody got arrested, you know, and the music was amazingly wonderful. I mean, where else are you going to see, you know, I mean, Otis Redding and Ravi Shankar and The Who and Jimi Hendrix and Jefferson Airplane and Janis Joplin and Quicksilver Messenger Service, who didn't even have a record. How did we get there? Beats me.
Speaking of Janis, how about Janis Joplin? Janis
Joplin. I met Janis Joplin in Austin, Texas when I got deported from Mexico in 1962.
What's that story?
I met her and Chet Helms.
In Mexico?
We got deported from Mexico because we sang for the Cuban ambassador. We were folk singers for peace, and they thought we were communists or something, and they deported us and left to San Antonio because that was the first plane that was leaving. We took anyway, this is supposed to be lightning. This could be a long story, buddy.
Well, tell us about Janis. What's your impression of Janis?
She was very sad when I met her. And all of a sudden, after Monterey Pop, she realized that how beautiful a person she really was, you know, and it just shined through once, and there was no stopping her. But I think she might have been better off if she stayed with Big Brother. Just even though they weren't the greatest musicians, she thought they weren't the greatest musicians in the world, whatever. But the whole thing, I don't know, just going on and trying to make it probably is what killed her. In my mind, you know, but I don't know. She had a weakness for, because when she came up, she slept on our floor, you know, before. And then she went back to Texas because she got hung up on speed, hanging out with a bunch of speed freaks, and almost, you know, got hooked on that and escaped that and went back home to straighten out. And then Chet brought her back to being Big Brother, and so I don't know. She had a predilection to get addicted to do too many drugs.
Wow. So. Okay, let's go to today. What about the Occupy? Okay, let's go to today. What about the Occupy movement? What does that mean to you?
It means a lot to me. I think I mean, it's absolutely right. I hope they can keep going and keep the true spirit of what this should be. That this, hey, look, this is fucked up. We can say fucked up online, can't we? Yeah. Okay. You know, the 99%, this is really true, and the 1%, I mean, I see it completely. Actually, we were back in New York, and Paul was in the hospital having a surgery, and we played without him anyway. So Kathy and Donnie and Chris and I went down to Zuccotti Square before we were playing a gig at BB King's without Paul, which was very strange. much nicer to play with Paul, but we can, you know, but yeah. But so we went down and sang Volunteers for him. Just, you know, got up on a stone and one acoustic guitar and just sang Volunteers.
And the response was?
The response was, some of them understood what was going on. We had no publicity, you know, there was no big setup for it. We just went down to visit them and say, we had the cleanup crew was people that were the sanitation people that were keeping the park clean. So had this kind of like granite slab there that they had their stuff set up. So they said, "Didn't we stand on that and sing volunteer?" You know, told them who we were and says, "Oh, sure." You know, but we didn't make any pre-arrangements or anything like. I think Crosby and Nash did, but everybody knew they were coming and it was a bigger thing. And Pete Seeger, but you know, we just went down to see what was going on and said, "Okay, we had a guitar, so let's play." So we did, and we got interviewed by Al Jazeera too. Kathy and I did.
Oh my God!
I have no idea whether it ever got broadcast.
Okay, what about the modern technology like Facebook and the internet?
I
Google
must
Twitter.
admit, I am on Facebook, and I use it just to communicate what we're doing, because it seems to be okay, and I keep getting more friends. I get more friends that I don't really know, but they seem very friendly. I do that, and of course I'm in a computer. I've been in a computer since when I took my hiatus in '85 when I left I left Starship. And because it wasn't fun, and it wasn't what I could do, you know, that isn't what I did. So I left, and all of a sudden I started getting into like sequencing things, and I sequenced all the whole score of Peter and the Wolf on this little Roland thing that I just wasn't even no screen, even no computer, you know. And then recorded it. I still have it. I give it to my grandchildren.
Great.
Anyway.
So you're into the modern technology.
And then I got an Apple, and then I started seeing, oh, we can record audio here too, and
GarageBand and that kind of stuff.
No, I don't do I have a Pro Tools HD studio at home. So yeah, I engineered Linda's album actually.
Speaking of Linda, let's talk about Linda. Linda Imperial.
The Linda Imperial Band, one of the best bands in the Bay Area that nobody knows about.
And she is your wife.
And she's my wife, and she's a wonderful singer. Yes.
Well, I think the world.
And she has Viv Savage playing keyboards with her.
Oh.
From Spinal Tap, the guy that was the keyboard player that was in the movie.
Great.
David Caffinetti or Viv Savage, and I don't know whether you know. Do you know Peter Harris, who was the first guy to play in the JGB after Jerry was gone?
I don't think so.
Anyway, great guitar player.
But Linda Imperial, somebody got to
watch for. The Linda Imperial Band, watch for her.
Great.
And I play with her all I can too. So
let's end it on a musical note. What's the future for Jefferson Starship? What's the future for David Frieberg?
I'm going to keep playing till hopefully I die on stage. I don't know. That would be the best thing. As long as I can, and it's fun. I mean, you know, when I got back with playing with Paul in '05, the only reason I went up and sat in with him, and it was fun. And so as long as it's fun, I'm going to do it, man. I'm for it.
You fit in so great, man.
Oh, you do. We got to keep going.
You sounded great tonight.
Thank you, Kenny.
Thanks, David.
Thanks.
Great to see you. Good.